Yes, welcome to another video here from the Tokyo Real Estate Man. And today we're on a really cool Instagram here, and this is on my other car channel, JDM Cars by TREM Tokyo Real Estate Man. And we're gonna look today at a listing of this HiJet Cargo or HiJet Cargo right here. And yeah, this is a cool little video on an Instagram right here. There's all kind of really cool cars. This guy's got a really cool setup inside his people in Japan really use their cars like this for camping and what have you. So it's really fun. Even when we would go places like to Disneyland or we would go to Universal Studios Japan in the morning when we get to the park, there'd be like 10 or 15 sort of camper cars lined up with people with their kids coming from the countryside to come to the amusement parks and stuff like this. And there's a really great infrastructure in Japan for like van life, unlike Canada and stuff like that. You can actually stop in a lot of places. And yeah, you can see his little setup here. Anyhow, there's all kinds of stuff. I got one beautiful picture. There's a couple of beautiful girl pictures for you here. This is a 4x4 HiJet Cargo. There's not too many 4x4 ones. Most of them, for the most part, are two-wheel drive. And I got picked up a really good sample for us to look at today. But I wanted to show you as well, like culturally speaking, right now, like in Japan right now, fixing these cars up and like tricking them up is a really big thing. So this looks to be a two-wheel drive one, but you can see you can really trick it up with a roof rack, and a lot of people are painting like the rims black and stuff like that, or just painting the alloy black like that. What else do we got? There's one other super babe picture on this one here. You can see like this cool like 4x4 one here, and we could go to some of the pictures on it. I saw a similar one. Oh, this is that one that's the sort of truck cargo jet one. Yeah, this is a neat little one. Anyhow, I don't think that's a 4x4. He's got tricked out like it. I think it's two-wheel drive though. And what else do we have? There's one girl trying to be a super babe, but here you have like just more of a like a regular Japanese lady right here, like Oba-san, and she's got a really cool car here. This is such a lot, and the colors going forward, the colors in this one fan is just phenomenal coming out. This is really trick. This is like a cool streety version of it right here. Anyhow, I just love looking at all these things. So you got to, and it gives me a lot of inspiration too for the things when I try to bring in a car. If I see a car, I look here to see what people are really doing really cool, and uh, and I can see a car that like that maybe I want to buy in Japan to import, or maybe there's a customer who contacted me. I'll look for a car that has a good base like this one. Oh, this is the one babe one. Super babe in front of the you got the 4x4 girl with the 4x4 high jet there. But you see all kinds of stuff here. I really like this sort of blue color and stuff like this is definitely like a newer model one than the stuff we're gonna look at today. I'm looking at something that we could bring into the North American space here. And I kicked up. There was also as well here. I remember to share the tabs here. Here is some cool like just a little story here. Um, Or camp thing like that. Yeah, anyhow, I liked it. It's cool. You can see like the black rims and the sort of white lettered tires or the white wall tires are really popular. And you can see right here, he's gonna paint his rims. I wish he would tape his tires before he paints his rims. He's just gonna go straight on it. Yeah, there you go. I wish you would have taped them, but what can you do? What's the next video? Who knows? There's another Daihatsu right there. HiJet, okay. HiJet Cargo. Okay, what else we got? Anything interesting? We're on the shorts here, but there you go. So there's a whole culture of the HiJet in Japan, as you know, right? And you can see that's the standard white one, but it's interesting like what happens if you want a contract, you got a contract to work with a company in Japan. Sometimes they standardize that you must have a white one, right? So what happens for people who buy these for work purposes, sometimes it's best for them, for example, to have a white one, right? But a lot of families really love these cars. Like in the countryside, no one would really drive like a big car or something like that. Would they drive what these called karui or K cars? Just the yellow plate cars, as you can see. There's no, I guess that's not. This might be for sale, but you'll see like when you go to the countryside in Japan, most people drive these K cars, and they're symbolized by the yellow plate. Anyhow, I found like I better end this video here first though. As Is that right? How to do it? Tokyo Real Estate Man. Anyhow, this is the one sort of, and I'll share the listing. Oh, I'll share the page. Uh, and this was sort of the best listing I saw in terms of price and mileage and what you get and something that we could ship, let's say, into the North American market. And this is, you'd say this in Japanese, Goju Yonman. And this is going to be about 5,000 Canadian dollars. So again, if you wanted a car like this to come to Vancouver, British Columbia, you're going to need another $6,000. So it's going to end up $11,000 for you to get this car. But it looks pretty cool. I like it. And that's going to include your shipping and brokerage and moving it inside Japan to the port and stuff like that. Anyhow, we'll look at the before we go to the pictures and everything like this, we should look at some of the details of the listing. It's a 2007. I I try to in the stuff that I was searching for, the stuff that we could ship to North America. I try to get the closest one we could get for Canada is 2010 right now, and there was no really good samples. But this had 28,000 kilometers, which I thought was pretty good. And Japan is really strict about their kilometers because every time you bring it to the shaken, which is the 2 year test, they 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 track the meter. So everything it has a like an ongoing history. Like this one would have had the shaken to pass the shaken maybe 5 or 6 times. So it would have like a very like there would be a total history of the car. So I would think that that's pretty accurate. Okay, 666 cc's, and this is basically no gas. Other things to look at. Uh, there's not much 4x4 stuff in this sort of marketplace for this. It doesn't have a, by the way, this is like the repair history, and it's not been in any accidents, so it's totally clean. Okay. 666 cc's, two-wheel drive, uh, five door. Okay. This is manual transmission, though. It's not automatic. Okay. And then gasoline right there. So that we can just flick through the pictures, though. And right here, here's a sort of the like the high profile pictures they're called, or like the more detailed pictures. Anyhow, I liked it because it was yellow, and it already had the tires and stuff like that. So, like, what else could you do to it to trick it out? Maybe you could put it on a roof rack or something like that, or maybe you could just keep it as it is. And I liked it for its price. And it's mostly for the yellow. It's away from that white sort of thing, and the fact that it could be imported to North America. It can't be imported to the United States yet because basically the United States trade laws do not want Japanese cars in their marketplace. So that's why it's a 25-year manual transmission right there. And we wish, I mean, this can easily be cleaned. And I wish the dealership would have cleaned it up. But I was looking at the pictures here, and about the ears look good, the seats look good here, and here the back. This folds down really nicely, and you can see right there the kilometers that are indicated, 28,000 kilometers right there. Lighting. I think it just looks sharp. So it's just a sharp car. Like love the tires. I love the rims. It's nothing like. What else? I guess that it for the photos. I just wanted to show you one other thing that could have been important on it here. If I go back to this right there, I'm totally guessing and speculating on this. But in the background of this shop, the shot I should say, is a Suzuki dealership across the street. You'll see it here in one of the pictures. There it is. You can see the S right there. So I started speculating when I was looking at this earlier that right here that this might have been a trade-in, for example, some other family in the area. This is from somewhere in the countryside, and it was just a trade-in, like a family would have bought a new Suzuki, perhaps under financing or whatever, and they would have traded it in. And then this is a good enough car. Often, if it's a good car like this and low kilometers, I'll try to sell it. If it's high kilometers and damaged goods and stuff like that, they'll send that stuff to the auction. So often, a lot of the stuff that you find in the auction is a lot of junk that dealers just don't want to sell. But if they get a good trade in a good car, they'll try to keep it to sell it because they'll make money that way. Any other things we can look at in the listing here is where I don't have do I have my glasses underneath me here. So if it does something does come up, where is this dealership by the way? Home by Home by Ten Okamurio. I was trying to look for the location of the dealership here, if it's indicated right there. And dealership is actually in is in Gifu, Japan, which is near Nagoya. You can ship row sometimes out of Nagoya, but it's not as frequent. So if anyone wanted a car like this, you usually have to ship row. It's more the state. There's usually a boat once a month coming from Japan to Canada once a month. Row means roll on, roll off. Anyhow, another video here from the Tokyo real estate man. We can come back here and end on the video here, I guess, of the HiJet Cargo in yellow. This is not the one you can get. Unfortunately, you can't get this one unless you live in Japan. But if you live in Japan, you can get that one right here, right there. This was a good little video. I just put it on a short. There's a lot of videos too you can watch, especially in the Japanese world videos here of the HiJet Cargo that explain it. I've driven the car on the freeway before, and it the because I've owned one of these before here in Vancouver, and of course I sold it. I had it for about a month and I sold it, but I was able to drive it pretty stably at about 90 kilometers per hour. Anyhow, another video here from the Tokyo real estate man. I guess other things we could look at finally in the end would be like some more of these pictures right here. Oh, is that babe? She's come back. She's come back. The 4x4 one in the black. But aside from the girl, you can see that people are tricking out their cars here, and this is a lot of fun ways you can go with these two. And the specimen that I picked out today, or the sample that we picked out today, is a really good sample of a low kilometer one. Again, even if I were to import this to Vancouver, I couldn't really. You can see that the numbers for the good samples. If you go into the marketplace, there's some other shittier samples, but you're looking at when you go down to about $2,000 and stuff like that, your mileage on this stuff really goes up really high into the hundreds of thousands of kilometers. So when you're getting a good sample like this, uh, I think it's the way to go. Of course, you can go other options. You can try the auction too, but that often can be a waste of time. If you're interested in a car from Japan, you can always come here. To my Instagram, the Tokyo Real Estate Man, and there's a little section here on top here. I'm not sure if it's showing any of these pictures, but I do have a little section on top here on my stories section of many of the cars that I brought in. I'm also in the Tokyo real estate business. This recently was the Suzuki that I brought. Oh, look, I'm having trouble sharing it, but there was a video with this, a Suzuki that I brought into Canada, and there's all kinds of. If you come here to my Instagram, there's all kinds of stuff about me. I'm also in the Tokyo real estate space. That's my main business. Failing that, if you prefer the old-fashioned way and just like to go to a web page, you can always come here to my web page, the Tokyo Real Estate Man. There, and I also have a real estate web YouTube called Tokyo Real Estate Man dot website. You can go there. It's the same as the name of my web page, Tokyo Real Estate Man dot website. And you can always just give me an email right there to contact me. Thank you for taking the time to watch another video here from the Tokyo Real Estate Man. いつもこの動画を見てるの人ありがとうございます。このかっこいいの車とこの可愛いの上司できないよ。この女できないよ。このくらいのかっこいいの車が購入したいだったらどうぞ連絡してください。この動画でここでもう終わりです。いつもありがとうございます。失礼します。